Hello friends, today we are going to see how to design a movie poster in Photoshop. So let us start. So first we are going to set the size for our document. So I am going to create a 10 by 6 feet document, and then I have also gathered the information for our poster or the content for our poster. So the title of our poster is War Zone. It's a fictional movie title, and then the rest are all here. So the company name and also the cast and crew. It's not the cast and crew, it's a crew, the makers of the film, the director, the writer. So all the information is over here. So now we are going to use this information and we are going to create a poster, a movie poster. So the poster we are going to design is an action movie poster, and just we are going to give it a name. The name is War Zone, and the size is actually 10 feet wide and 6 feet long. So 10 feet means in inches it is 120 inches, and its height is going to be 72 inches. And then the most important thing is resolution. Don't keep it to a very big value. It's okay if you keep it to 100. So we are going to keep it to 100, and when we are going to give it for print, we are going to change it to CMYK color mode. Right now we don't have to change it to CMYK color mode. We are going to keep it to RGB only, and with these settings we are going to create our document. Just click on this create. So now our document is created, and I have also opened the images required for our movie poster. So I have got this guy's image on internet, and then some of these images I have downloaded from different websites, and one of the website is pixabay.com. So here we have the images, and we have this blast image which we are going to use in our poster, and we also have this dark clouds image. So the first thing is, let's come back to our document, and we are going to first drag this dark clouds image inside our document. So then we are going to scale it, and always make sure that the image does not get pixelated if you scale it. So you can actually convert it into a smart object if you are getting a problem of the image getting pixelated, but right now it's okay, it's not so pixelated. So this is the first thing we are going to do. We are going to get a dark clouds background. This is actually good for action movies especially, right? So the next thing we are going to do is I'm going to get this image of a blast. So this one. So I'm going to simply drag it, and let's keep it at the middle of our document. So let me scale it. So just scale it to some extent. So now let us apply mask to this image. You can scale it even further. Okay, this is okay. Now we are going to apply mask. We are going to apply hide all mask for this. So simply hold Alt and click on this mask icon. Right. Now we are going to select a brush. We are going to select a soft rounded brush, and we are going to just paint in the middle, and make sure that the flow and opacity are 100%. And also we have to use a white color as foreground, and we have to start painting. So don't paint it too much, okay? We only need these flames and this fire at the center, so that it looks attractive. It looks like an action movie, right? So once we got till here, the next thing is we are going to get the characters of our movie. So I am going to get this guy who is holding an AK-47 gun into our image. So I have just removed the white background behind this guy. Okay, you can remove the background using this magic eraser tool. Okay, so then just we are going to drag this guy, and see, the guy is very small. We have to scale him. So he is a lead actor of our movie. Right. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to apply mask again to this guy. So what we are going to do is just we are going to hold Alt and click on this mask icon. So then again we are going to select a brush. We are going to select a soft rounded brush, and let us paint over this guy, and make sure that the foreground color is white. So just paint it like this. So now I'm going to get this girl. So I don't want the complete girl's picture. We can just select only to some extent. So we only need her face and some portion of her hands. So that's it. Only this much we need. You can select carefully, and whatever parts of the image we don't want, we can mask them out actually. Right. So once you have selected like this, just simply you can drag the image, but we can give some slight amount of feather actually. So simply right click inside the selection, and we are going to give some 5 as the feather radius, so that the edges are going to be a little bit soft. So simply drag the image, and let us drag it a little bit, scale it a little bit, and then we are going to erase some unwanted part here using magic eraser. Right. So that's it. So then what we are going to do is we are going to apply a mask to this again. So simply hold Alt and click, so that you are going to apply a hide all mask to this. So take a brush, take a soft round brush, and we are going to just paint over this girl's layer. Right, and we are going to drag this layer below this hero's layer, right? And you can actually paint over this hero's layer actually. So we want the hands of hero, right? So then we are going to get the villain. So the villain of this movie is over here. He is smoking. So what we can do is, see, we can get this entire image. We don't have to do selection. Okay. So we can mask out the unwanted areas. So simply drag this image, and we are going to put the villain's image to the right. So we are going to mask out some of the areas of this villain. So what we are going to do is, again, we are going to just use a hide all mask, and then we are going to just paint over here and paint with white color. And we can erase using black color. So something like this. So just finish off painting. Okay. Right. So once we have all the characters, and we are going to place, actually drag the villain's layer below the actor. Okay. So something like this. Right. So once the actors are all adjusted, and then the next thing we are going to do is select the topmost layer and we are going to create a common layer. So we are going to use a keyboard shortcut, Ctrl Alt Shift and E. So now we got a common layer here, and then what we are going to do now is, I am going to apply a hue and saturation to this image. So how we are going to apply hue and saturation? We are going to simply select hue and saturation from the layers panel, and then what I am going to do is, I am going to simply click on this colorize. So if you just click on colorize, see, you can see a sudden change of colors. So you can simply increase the hue value, and see, we are going to get different cinematic colors here. So we are going to see a lot of colors here, and we can also increase the saturation here. Right. See, if you increase the saturation, it becomes a little bit bright. So once you have adjusted the saturation, so the next thing we are supposed to do is, we are going to get the image of this city actually. So here we have the image of the city. So we're just going to drag it. So, and then we are going to close the document. We are going to close this one also. Okay. And we are going to close this everything. We are only going to keep our poster document. Right. So try to increase the size. It's going to be like this. Okay. Right. So it's covering, and then now we are going to use a blending mode. So we are going to use a overlay blending mode here. Okay. So simply use overlay here, and then what we are going to do is, after applying overlay blending mode, I am also going to apply a hide all mask to this, so that I'm going to erase some of these areas. Actually this image is overlapping the actors. So I'm going to use hide all mask, and then the next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the brush, and then I'm going to paint with white color. Right, so you can see the city here. Okay, you can also use black color and erase the unwanted areas. Right, so I'm going to apply a gradient, a fill layer to this image. So in this gradient fill, we are going to select a gradient. So the gradient which is going to be nice for this is, we are going to select an orange and yellow gradient. So it will be nice for an action movie, and we have to just change these values here, and you can make it a little bit dark orange color. Okay, something like this. And then what we are going to do is we are going to apply an adjustment for this. So we can pick one of the very interesting adjustments for this one. So we can use a soft light, we can use overlay. So overlay is a little bit dark here, so we can also use the color. Okay, so we can use some of the interesting blending modes especially for this, and I will use a soft light for this. Right, so we can use the soft light blending mode, and also if you think you want to erase the coloring from some areas, you can select this thumbnail, and then you can remove this gradient effect from some places. So like this, from the faces of these actors. So something like this. Right. So then the next thing is I'm going to apply a curves adjustment layer to this. So simply select the curves, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply just drag it downwards like this, so that it will be a little bit dark. And then we can use the other colors as well. We can use the green, and also just to drag the curve a little bit downward, so now it looks a little bit attractive. So you can see the change. Right. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to start putting the titles for our movie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply select the type tool, and then I'm going to first type the title of our movie. So the title of our movie is War Zone, and I'm going to use a font called Abandon. So you can get this font from 1001fonts.com, or you can simply type Abandon font in Google, and you can get this font. Okay, so I'm going to just increase the size of the font. So just simply we will use the transform tool to increase the size of the font. So we are going to first type the name of our movie, which is War Zone. We are going to just scale it further. And to make it more interesting, we are going to apply some warp text effects to this. So I'm going to use this bulge. So we are going to just reduce the bend value here, right? So just it's going to take some time, right? So once you have adjusted this, let's scale it. So it's going to take time, right? So it is taking some time, right? So the next thing is just move it a little bit higher, and then we are going to apply a gradient to this one, to the text, and I'm going to use this red and orange gradient, and I'm going to use the style as a reflected, and then I'm going to give it some stroke, and let me increase the size of the stroke, and we can give a pure white color stroke, right? And we are going to give some drop shadow as well, so it will be attractive, right? Right. So the next thing is we are going to add the remaining information over the poster. So it is first we are going to start with the company name, which is Spice Entertainment. So I'm going to just simply copy this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click here, and then let me paste it. And for this I'm not going to use the abandoned font, I'm going to use impact. So just simply scale it. So you can create a better logo if you wish, but I'm sticking to this simple text actually for the company. And you can simply use a rounded rectangle and draw a rounded rectangle around this text or the company name, and turn off the fill color and simply use the stroke color, and you can also increase the size of the stroke, so something like this. And then the next thing is we are going to put the name of the director. The name of the director is let me check, Mike Maroon. So just we'll say a Mike Maroon film. So we can simply keep it here. You can use your own ideas actually for titles, and I'm going to use a impact font for this, and actually it will be nice if you use capitals. Right. So then I'm going to I'm going to put the names of the remaining actors or sorry, remaining crew members. So here let me get one, just copy it and paste it. You can increase the size. So I'm going to just use a simple white color for this, and then you can simply drag it. Make sure that the alignment is nice. So the name of the director, Mike Morrow, and then we'll just duplicate it one more time, and then I'm going to keep it over here. Make sure that the alignments are proper. Okay, and then we will use the name of the another crew member. So we'll just copy and then we will paste it here. That's it. Right, and then what we are going to do now is I'm going to just type the last thing, that is only in theaters. This one sentence I'm going to just paste it over here, and let me keep it on top right corner. So we can increase the size of this. And also make sure that the alignments are nice. So I'm going to bottom align this. Right. So this is the final output of our film poster, or you can say action movie poster. So the last and final thing that is left for us to do is we are going to export our movie. It means we are going to do the final saving of our movie poster. So what we are going to do is I'm going to select a common layer again by using Ctrl Alt Shift and E, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it for the one last time, and I'm going to save it as a JPEG. But the one thing we have to remember here is we have to first convert this to a CMYK color mode, because we are going to give it for print. So when you are going to give it for print, we have to convert it into CMYK format. So for that, what we have to do is we have to simply go to image mode and select CMYK color, and here a message pops up. Changing modes will discard some adjustment layer. We'll just say okay. So just let's wait for some time, and it is taking time, and it will become a little bit light. So because CMYK colors are not as dark as RGB. So this is the final output, and now we are going to save it as a JPEG file. So directly let us save it on our desktop. So we are going to finalize our poster. So now we have saved the file, our poster, and this is the final poster, and this is ready for print. So I hope you like this tutorial. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, like, share and comment. So see you again.